Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Plato's Allegory of the Cave is one of the most famous allegories in philosophy and appears in Republic by Plato. Through a simple yet deeply symbolic narrative, it speaks about knowledge, truth, and human consciousness. What the philosopher was really trying to say. Plato asks us to imagine people who are chained from birth inside a dark cave, facing a wall, seeing only shadows. The shadows are cast by objects passing behind them in front of a fire. For these people, the shadows are reality. They know nothing else. One person is freed and turns toward the fire. Pain and confusion, exits the cave into the sunlight. Blindness at first, gradually begins to see things as they truly are. The sun symbolizes the truth, the idea of the good, the return to the cave. When the freed person returns, the others do not believe him. They mock or fear him. They may even kill him if he tries to free them. What does all this symbolize? The cave, the world of illusion, habit, and ignorance. The shadows, what we accept as true without critical thought. The ascent, education, philosophy, inner awakening. The philosopher, the one who has seen the truth and bears responsibility to return. Why it is timeless. Plato's Cave speaks about media, social stereotypes, ideologies, exposes humanity's fear of truth, shows how painful yet necessary knowledge truly is. In simple terms, Plato wanted to say that most people live inside an illusion and call it reality. In the Allegory of the Cave in Republic, Plato is essentially saying 5 things. 1. We do not see truth, only shadows. What we consider normal, obvious, the way the world is the result of habit, fear, and social conditioning. It is not truth, it is. It's reflection. 2. Knowledge hurts. Leaving the cave disorients, wounds, isolates. Plato states clearly, ignorance is more comfortable than knowledge. 3. Truth is not an opinion. The sun, the idea of the good, is not an opinion, an ideology, a narrative. It exists independently of us and requires education and inner discipline to endure. 4. Whoever wakes up becomes a threat. The one who has seen the outside world, no longer fits inside the cave, disturbs the others, is considered dangerous. Here, Plato indirectly speaks of Socrates. Society often punishes those who disrupt its certainties. 5. The philosopher has responsibility. Even though he would rather remain in the light, the philosopher must return. Not because he will be understood, but because knowledge without responsibility is selfishness. In one sentence, Plato says that the world is not as it appears, and that truth is not for everyone, not because it is hidden, but because it hurts. The philosopher who becomes a politician. Plato did not want the philosopher in power because he trusted him. He wanted him there because he does not desire power. The philosopher, after leaving the cave, after seeing the light, after tasting the silence of truth, has no desire to rule. And yet, he returns, not for glory, not for power, but out of love. Why does he return? Because if he does not return, if he leaves others in darkness, then the truth he has known becomes complicity. If you know and do not act, then you are at fault. Plato says something harsh. The salvation of others becomes the responsibility of the one who knows. If people remain chained, it is no longer only their fault, it is also his. Pray, the philosopher ruler. In Republic, the ideal ruler is not a rhetorician, is not a demagogue, is not ambitious. He is tired. He has seen enough to desire nothing, and precisely for this reason, He is the only one who can rule without destroying. The tragedy: the philosopher will be misunderstood, will be ridiculed, will be hated because he returns with eyes that can no longer adjust to the darkness. And yet he stays. He grows old inside the city. He is worn down by people who do not want to be saved. And he continues, not because he believes he will change everyone, but because if he does not try, he will betray what he has seen. In one sentence, Platonic but human, the philosopher becomes a politician not because he loves power, but because he loves human beings more than his own peace. If this idea made you think, even uncomfortably, then stay with me. We'll keep exploring philosophy, meaning, and the questions that don't have easy answers. Subscribe for more thoughts like this, because in a world without ready-made truths, thinking deeply matters more than ever. Thank you.